Close to 50,000 young maidens will descend on the AmaZulu Royal Palace of Enyokeni in Nongoma this weekend. They'll be part of the annual Reed dance hosted by the AmaZulu King, Misuzulu KaZwelithini. It will be his second Reed dance ceremony in as many weeks. The first was held in Ngwavuma, north of the province. For more on this story, we cross now to our SABC News reporter, Bongani Gema. Thank you very much, Bongani, for joining us. Tell us what we can expect.
Well, thank you very much. As you said, we are at Enyokeni Palace ahead of tomorrow's big event of Umkhosi Womhlanga. As you mentioned also, this is the second, and this one is the main event. The first one was held at Ngwavuma. As you know, that particular Umkhosi Womhlanga was requested by Amakhosi of that area, who were saying that the distance from that area to Nongoma was quite long, or it was quite far for the maidens that side. So they requested that Isilo on the first or earlier in the month before the main event, they have a specific Umkhosi Womhlanga to accommodate those maidens. Tomorrow we are expecting that more maidens will be making their way. In fact, they'll be making their way from this afternoon to sleep over. Then tomorrow the main event will begin. We are also expecting that the king, as we saw last time, will also be addressing the maidens. And as you know, that's the king usually uses this event to give advice to the maidens and commend them for coming this far with their virginity. As you can see behind me, this is the area where we are expecting the king to be addressing the maidens tomorrow. But joining me, I have Prince Tulani Zulu, who is the spokesperson of the Royal House, just going to brief us about the preparation. Mtwana, thank you very much for your time. Firstly, Mtwana, just tell us your readiness to host this big event tomorrow.
We are 99.9% ready. As you can see, the infrastructure is okay. Buses are all over collecting the maidens, and the security is tight. The traffic people have investigated, and they've made sure that all the buses are roadworthy, and also the drivers are sober. So I can say we are ready, as you can see.
Mtwana, we know there's been talks. This ceremony or this event is going to be disrupted by the faction that supports Prince Simagate, who they announced as their preferred candidates. In fact, they announced him as a king. Just maybe confirm to us the security of the maiden tomorrow. Are they safe to be here, or will they be safe here?
I just want to talk about this thing of you saying there is faction. We don't have faction. We have a king and a small group of people who are not satisfied. So we cannot talk about them because they can't disturb us from whatever we are doing. So there is no, and there is nothing like a fear, and because the place is secured. We've got police, South African police, that have been beefed up. So we are secure. Yes, there's security.
Mtwana, this ceremony, Umkhosi Womhlanga, is an annual event. It is held every year. There were disruptions because of COVID-19. We are now picking up. But there are critics, who say that it's 2022. Young girls should be given a choice to make their own decisions or what they want to do with their bodies. I want you, Mtwana, to respond to that, because some are saying that, in fact, this event should not be held anymore.
In fact, we live in a democratic country where everyone can say whatever, but we have the objectives of the Umkhosi Womhlanga since 1984, when it was pioneered by His Majesty. Firstly, just to make our girls pure, to teach them to be pure and to be a good citizens of our country. And of course, the disease, HIV/AIDS, it has become a weapon to fight against HIV/AIDS. And when you educate a child, a woman or a girl, you educate a nation. We can't deviate from that. So it's very significant, and we cannot be intimidated by people who think they know when they don't know about our culture. We are Zulus, and we will stay on our cultures. They talk of diversity, cultural diversity. People must also know that as Zulus we have our space, and they must leave us alone to conduct our own things.
Mntwana, just lastly, speak to us about the dignitaries that we can expect to see here. I remember last time there were government dignitaries, others from Eswatini.
Yes, of course, we have our provincial government as well as national ministers who will be here. Amakosi from within and outside the country, as well as so the king is our main guest. So so many people are coming. You will see tomorrow.
Thank you very much for Samson.
I appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. That was Prince Thulani Zulu, the spokesperson of the AmaZulu Royal House, just giving us details of the event that is expected to be held here tomorrow, the annual Umkosi Womhlanga. Remember that before the maidens participate in this event, they have to first go through virginity testing, which is a source of qualification for them to be part of the maidens who will be here tomorrow. But the virginity testing is just a small part of it all. The biggest part is that these maidens are given life skills. They're taught how to, behave and how to, keep pure and prepare for their future into womanhood. For now, back to you in studio.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Bongani Gema.